funny man from the legal profession coming to the stage. How about a hand for Craig Biscone? Come on in. Dr. Peter Bells. It takes some bells to walk up here, let me tell you. So I've been married about 25 years now, and the only thing my wife and I, thank you, 25 years? The only thing we disagree on, colors. I'm a guy. I have like 6 colors because that's all I need. The primaries, red, yellow, blue, and those mixers, green, orange, and purple. My wife refers to oxblood, clementine, periwinkle. A woman has more non-traditional colors than the folks at Crayola. We are shopping for a car last month, and I want the black pickup truck. They called it Midnight Onyx. She wants the more sensible Subaru in vanilla eggshell. I said, babe, let's compromise. We got the Subaru in vanilla eggshell. She's also a judge, so she overruled it. My wife is Jewish and I'm Italian. The only real difference? The food. When we were dating, my family took her family to a traditional Italian Sunday dinner at Piccolo Busolo. To reciprocate, her family took my family to a traditional Jewish restaurant, the Golden Wok. My best man got married at 20, divorced at 40. He's now 50-ish. Been for a while now, dating a very young girl. I said, Nick, we're gonna marry her? He said, I don't know, I'm gonna wait a little bit, you know, see how the prom works out. I cannot leave my house in the morning without making my bed. Not because I'm OCD or anal retentive, like my kids would say, but because I am the son of a United States Marine. Hoorah! In my house, you rose in 0600. You did your calisthenics, you made your bed, and if you passed inspection, you got breakfast. In my backyard, I didn't have a swing set like the other kids. There was a wall. It went with the obstacle course. Kids today, they act up, they get a timeout. Not me, I got sent to the hole. I was not afraid of the dark, but man, did I get freaked out the first time I looked to my right and I saw that Viet Cong guy down there with me. I miss Paige. My dad bought my shirts at the military PX. Every one of them, drab green. My wife's shaking her head. Mediterranean olive. Kidding aside, I'm really proud of the way I was brought up, and I really appreciate all of the American servicemen and women for the sacrifices they made. Without them, we would not enjoy that inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of comedy. We did a major home renovation. We wanted to rent a house, kind of expensive. I had my broker friends here who were renting me a nice house. We made the Jewish-Italian joint decision to save money and move into the basement. It was fun, like camping for about 2 weeks of a planned 2-month renovation that lasted about a year. So now we got 2 adults, 3 kids, and a chocolate lab in one open space. No privacy. Nobody told me the construction contract had an implied covenant of celibacy. Contractors piss me off because it's never their fault. They're never accountable. I went into my garage 9 weeks into the renovation to take my 20-year-old Corvette out for a spin. There was 4 inches of water in the car. It's a true story. I said to the contractor, how did this happen? Why did this happen? He looked at the car, he looked at the roof and said, because you left the top down. For 9 years, it never rained in my garage. Subcontractors know better. The carpenter blames the electrician blames the plumber blames the spackler. They all throw the painter under the bus, and the G-Sync blames me, because I left the top down. I do hate bullies. You know, like in the playground, there was a 5'10", 200-pound 11-year-old with a mustache. He used to beat the crap out of me for getting good grades. I came home one day a little banged up, my green shirt torn. My father said, son, did you strike back? And if not, why not? I said, no, sir, because you told me to never hit a girl. Out in Colorado, I love to ski, and we were out in Colorado after I ski, and I met a food bully, some redneck walking around with a tray, it looked like falafel. He said, have an oyster, have an oyster. I really don't want an oyster, have an oyster. I tried one. What kind of oysters are these? Rocky Mountain oysters. Half the room knows what they are. Battered, deep fried bull's testicles. Well, everything tastes good fried. Sorry, Ferdinand. I buy them at Costco now. I'm hooked. So I've been a lawyer for about 30 years now. Alright, some booze, no booze? I made an observation. I call it keyboard tough. People, when they send an electronic message, they tend to be a lot nastier, a lot ruder than they would be if they saw you face to face. Now, before we had emails, I was an associate at a law firm in East Meadow, and I got what's called an inter-office message on my screen. It was rude, it was nasty, it was personal. It made fun of my mullet, which happened to be in style at the time. I walked into the sender's office and I said, hey, you got something to say to me? Say it to my face. Don't hide behind your keyboard. He looked at me, acknowledged what I said, nodded, and said, Craig, you're fired. Early on in my career, I took night jobs down in Atlantic Beach as a village prosecutor. I caught light. Nobody was going to jail. If grandma was speeding over the bridge, I'd plead it down to like jaywalking. She had a good excuse. CVS was having a 1-hour sale on Depends. One day the mayor walks in with his kid, arrested for drunk and disorderly, underage drinking. The mayor wants all the charges dropped. I walked down and I said, Mr. Mayor, how can I do that? He said, do you know who I am? Do you know who we are? We're important in this town. Some people matter, some people don't. I said, take it easy. He was cursing, screaming. I said, maybe I can plead it down to like littering based on diminished capacity. He said, oh, because he was drunk? I said, no, because he's got an elitist father who raised him and he's a pompous ass. I didn't need that job either. Lawyers get a bad rap because we argue for a living. We're paid to do it. The trick is to leave it in the office. Some don't. The worst, when law partners fight with each other. I'm proud to say that I have not had a problem with a law partner in 20 years. That's because for 2 decades, I've been solo. What happened? All 3 of my law partners disappeared mysteriously. One by one, never to be seen again. People said, Craig, aren't you worried looking over your shoulder, apprehensive? I said, nah, they're never going to find those bodies. Guys, you've been awesome. Thanks so much.